Today, Idaho Governor Brad Little was in Coeur d'Alene to ramp up forest management across Idaho with a new executive order called the Make Forests Healthy Again Act. The order is meant to decrease wildfire risk while also increasing timber production. KREM 2's Regan Gallo has more.
Governor Brad Little says there is about 6 million acres of land in Idaho labeled under severe risk for disease, insects, and wildfire. The Make Forests Healthy Again Act will allow state and federal agencies to collaborate to reduce fire risk across Idaho's federally managed forests. As summer approaches, Governor Brad Little says he wants to be proactive against wildfire risk by partnering with the U.S. Forest Service.
40% of Idaho is covered with forests, and much of it is federally managed forests that are not in good condition. And for too long, much of these forests have remained totally untouched, like for about 40, 50 years. And they've created a tinderbox of fuels that threatens communities, air quality, and our environment.
The Make Forests Healthy Again Act follows the Trump administration and the U.S. Department of Agriculture's recent efforts to enhance forest management by streamlining what they call heavy-handed federal policies.
Increasing timber harvest, restoring watersheds to support the industry, protecting communities, and making our national forests healthier, more resilient, and resistant to catastrophic wildfire.
Secretary Brooke Rollins from the USDA reports the United States 2023 wildfire hazard potential identifies almost 67 million acres of national forest land under a high fire risk.
We support the President's executive order. We support the Secretary's executive order.
Part of this emphasis on forest management from the White House also includes an increase in domestic timber production. Timber harvesting is one tool in fuels reduction strategies, which is why we asked the University of Idaho, what could this mean for forest conservation efforts?
I do really hear broad-scale agreement that we need to make sure that we're ensuring protection of streams, wildlife habitat, recreation access. We can do that while we are engaging in activities like timber harvesting, prescribed burning, and other means that we can use to reduce those wildfire risks on the landscape.
Dean Becker says across political spectrums on the topic, fuels reduction is top of mind as long as wildfire management is done thoughtfully.
Those fires burn in such a way that creates lots of property damage, that creates lots of damage to the resource base. That's really just a loss for everybody.
I did reach out to Governor Brad Little's team to learn which forests in North Idaho might see forest management efforts under this new act, but I am still awaiting clarification. Reporting right here in the newsroom, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.